Heyo! Welcome back, everybody. This is Eon Chiquino with another StarCraft 2 commentary. Hope you guys are in the mood for some StarCraft. I hope you are. Not many other reasons to be watching this. So let's go ahead and introduce our players here. On the bottom left side of Daybreak Ladder Edition, we've got the red Terran player who hails from France, as well as Team Millennium. It's going to be Dayshi. On the other side of the map, the blue Zerg player, who as far as I know, is the pro gamer that has had the largest beard while playing StarCraft 2. It's going to be Liquid's TLO. So yeah, if you want to see some funny pictures, just Google TLO and a beard or something like that. I'm pretty sure something will come up. But yeah, there was a phase where he was growing his beard out quite large, and it was getting pretty crazy looking. So if you haven't seen those, check those out. It's pretty funny. But anyways, TLO playing Zerg, and this is a match from Team Story Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how this game goes down. And it looks like, was that a 11-11? I think that was. I think Dayshi is going to go for a Reaper opening. More often than not, that's what you see this quick refinery for. I wasn't paying attention on the supply whenever that popped up, but more than likely this is an 11-11, which is a fairly quick Reaper opening. That also allows you to, you know, get a, you know, it's not sacrificing too much. It's not like an 8-8 proxy or anything crazy like that. It's kind of like a middle ground for economy / Reaper opening. I pretty much enjoy it. It's one of my favorite openings in TVZ as of late. It's a good opening if you guys are looking for a good Reaper opening versus Zerg. Give it a shot. TLO going for the hatch first. Also another pretty good standard opening for Zerg versus Terran. Spawning pool going down. Not gas first. I mean gas before spawning pool. Gonna wait, delay that gas just a little bit. So one thing that I've always been trying to figure out whenever I'm doing this opening is how many Reapers do I want to get? Sometimes I settle for 2. Sometimes I'm like, I just want another Reaper, so I'll make 3. But most of the time I settle with 2. I'm going to be interested to see how many Dayshi decides to go with. Usually the follow-up to this is, more often than not, is about 6 Hellions. So you'll have about two Reapers, 6 Hellions. We'll see if that's going to be the opening Dayshi is going to go with, and you can kind of transition into mech or bio from there. And that's usually, most people go bio, very few players go mech versus Zerg. And the Reaper is just such a great opening unit now in Heart of the Swarm. The health regeneration, the harassment you can do, the scouting potential. And if you can micro him, well, you can get usually like 1 or 2 drone kills if your opponent is, you know, not amazing of a player. And you can pretty much keep him alive as long as you don't make any really greedy plays. And as we can see here, Dayshi is going to be able to sneak out of there, no problem. And he's bringing a second Reaper along. Actually, this one is on defense duty, dealing with those Reapers, going back to his base. And here we have a third Reaper coming out. Factory going down here, and we're going to see a reactor placed on this barracks. What do you know? That's what he's going for. And the other Reaper joins the party to take out that Zergling. The natural is up and going. He's got some drones transferred over there. He's got his main optimally saturated, I guess, which is 16 workers there, as opposed to the full 24. You can put 2 workers on each. 3 Reapers and 2 Reapers and a third one sneaking in here. They're just going to walk in and start harassing this queen, and we'll see Dayshi just micro these Reapers quite well. And the queen kind of looking to make his way down there. With this Reaper harass, you can just force your opponent to make a couple Zerglings, which is always nice, as opposed to letting them make drones. And you can just jump in there, scout them out, see if they're going to go for a quick, you know, layer, or if they're going to go for a quick roach warren. Just such a good opening here. It really forces the Zerg player to play really defensive or do something kind of crazy. And more often than not, the queens will just do the job to get rid of these Reapers as soon as you get 2 or 3 of them out. But even still, look at this queen taking a lot of damage here. If he comes back in, as soon as he goes heal up there and he doesn't go for a transfusion on that queen, he could be in some bad news. Might be able to snipe the queen there. Natural is up for Dayshi. Of course, we're going to have a couple of Hellions popping out here. And another factory. Oh, another factory going down here. And he's already got his third up, so this is the this might just be a mech opening here. If he swaps that and makes some more Hellions, maybe make some, the one queen goes down there. The Hellions have shown up, and, you know, keeping your Reapers alive is really critical to just, it kind of allows your harass to snowball. Evolution Chamber being placed down there. There's the second one. Evolution Chambers are like twins, Siamese twins. There's never one, there's always two. They're always right next to each other, it seems like, for Zerg players, more often than not. So, oh, actually, yeah, we have Widow Mines coming out, and Widow Mines here, and Widow Mines there. Uh-oh, Dayshi, he's making a lot of Widow Mines. He's a fan of Heart of the Swarm, I would say. He's making that many Widow Mines. The Zerglings need to go for a surround here. They're going to get 2 of the Reapers taken out. Nice job, and get the rest of the Hellions. Nice job there from TLO, completely shutting down that harass potential. And I don't even know if he managed to scout out that third base. No, you can see here he hasn't scouted out the third base yet, Dayshi, even though he had map control. Never went down there to scout out the timing of that third base. And that's really critical information. And 3 factories going up, so we definitely have some mech play coming out of Dayshi here. Of course, oh, that was a money. That was a money. It focused the Overlord and got all the Zerglings underneath it. And unfortunately, this is bad news. Dayshi does not have his front wall in done. He's going to be forced to pull his SCVs. Marines have shown up. He's got a couple Widow Mines here. Oh, yeah, it took a Marine out there as well. Oh, I love the just explosions of the Zerglings with those Widow Mines. It's so awesome. SCVs, you know, trying to hold on here, and he did manage to take out the rest of those Zerglings, but at what cost? The cost of 2 workers. That was it? Wow. That was very nice. Lost, let's check the resources lost. 145 versus 132, so definitely favoring the Zerg player right now. Upgrades coming here for the Zerg player, and 3 tech labs on the way for the Terran player. These more often than not are going to be siege tanks. And you know, one thing that I've noticed with a lot of players going Hellbats is the Blue Flame upgrade for Hellions and Hellbats just never really seems to get researched much anymore. I don't know why that is. If it's kind of just out of the way to have a tech lab on a factory. I mean, usually it doesn't happen with Bio just because there's, you know, one factory and it has a reactor on there, and they just never get the Blue Flame upgrade. But I wonder if that's going to change, if that trend is going to eventually, they're going to think, you know what, Blue Flame is pretty good, I'm going to get that. But you know what, Hellions are so good as is that maybe it's like, I don't really need even more awesome stuff. It's like a kid getting too many toys for Christmas. I don't know how that's possible, but, you know. And Dayshi is just covering the map with these Widow Mines. Look at this. Here, way down here, covering this base. The Overlord with the speed upgrade does see the siege tanks, so he's got to be well aware of what's going on now. I love this TLO with the Overseer. Those Overseers can take 2 shots from the Widow Mine before... Oh, wow. Can take 2 shots from a Widow Mine, direct shot. And, you know, I always wondered... I love the fact that in Heart of the Swarm, this is like forcing Zerg players to have to get Overseers. Overseers were almost never used in Wings of Liberty. And it seems like in Heart of the Swarm... Widow Mines especially have just really forced Zerg to kind of step it up a notch to have to deal with these Widow Mines. And players have adapted pretty well. You know, they get more than enough Overseers usually. Some players just get them, like every TVZ I've noticed, they just always get an Overseer, even if you haven't even shown a Widow Mine. And I think it's just, you know, it's making Zerg players better in general. Thor is out. I saw those Thor shots coming from across the screen. He's... Those are very unmistakable, those Thor shots. 4th base being taken here for TLO, bottom right side of the map. He's got his gas up and going, and he's making his lair at his 3rd. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen, but of course it's TLO, so I'm not really surprised. Uh-oh, that thing was ready. I think it was charging up there. And is it in range? Is it in range? Nope, it's got a little light flash in here. There he goes. Got it taken out. So he's just out of range there. Marine trying to be a hero Marine, taking out 2 speed overlords. Not going to happen, buddy. Sorry to ruin your day. And this is really cool. A sensor tower. You know, sensor towers are almost entirely used in TVZ, and to see it in a TV, or sorry, they're almost entirely used in a TVT, and to see it in a TV Z is actually pretty cool, and it's a really good spot for it. Covers the entrance over here, the entrance up here, and of course his bottom position, so that's got 3 lanes covered. And oh no, oh, the Hellion! It's only 1 Hellion though! He's like, I wish there was 3 of me, but oh, the Hellbats are like, we got this, bro. Taking it out. Siege tanks are up. He's got a good position here in between the 4th base and 3rd base of TLO. Dayshi can easily siege this base here with the minimal amount of workers and just keep the rest of his forces here in a prime position to defend him. And we have TLO with some locusts, and he's going to try to deal with the mech. Force to the top. A lot of roaches going to make their way and try and flank Dayshi from the top, or just walk straight on by. There they go. They're just walking on by. This base is going to fall to these Hellbats. No problem with 1 attack upgrade there on the mech. Locust going to still continue to actually just rallying them outside of his base as defense. There's not really too much he can do. Just kind of rallying those Locusts into the siege tanks. They don't even get close enough to kill them just because there's so many siege tanks there at the point. So I like this move from here from TLO. Using the roaches to go for a counterattack is definitely a lot more effective than running to a siege tank line with that many siege tanks and a Thor. That's just not going to happen. And now Dayshi knows, okay, he's going for a counterattack. Most of his forces over here. He throws them the scan. He needs to deal with those locusts before that scan wears off. Unsieges the siege tanks, walks forward. Now he's in prime position. He can do a lot of damage to these siege tanks. And unfortunately, TLO made his hive at his 3rd, which is something only TLO would do. And now he's going to lose his hive. This is just... I swear I've never seen a person upgrade their 3rd base as their, hive. That's just ridiculous. And of course, TLO is the player to do it. TLO trying to do some work here with these roaches, but he's just been shut down at every point by siege tanks, Hellions, Hellbats rather. And so now the Broodlords are out. That forced Dayshi to fall back. He did, a little bit of harass over here at the 4th, or actually scratched that 3rd base of Dayshi. 24 workers killed for Dayshi, 17 for TLO. Base did not fall due to those just 2 overlords, or sorry, Broodlords. And it makes me wonder, was it worth... I mean, there was only 2 Broodlords, so they can't kill your siege tanks as fast as, 10 Broodlords, obviously. I'm surprised Dayshi didn't just, unsiege a siege tank, right-click on that hive, and just say, you know what, I'll trade some siege tanks for it. Because now that he's got Broodlords, are they going to be worth that much anyways? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out here. TLO with the Broodlords and a lot of locusts. Look at all these locusts. How many locusts does he have up here? 12, actually. 4 queens out and about. And now we have TLO's going to push forward. He's going to work on sieging this base with the locusts, the ground Broodlords, the mole Broodlords, I guess you could call them. 4th base is up for Dayshi. Throw down some workers over there, some mules. And no, the Broodlords are going to try and cover these locusts. The scan goes down. TLO move those. Oh no! Siege tank shots. He got those locusts way too close there. TLO getting a little too greedy, and now a little bit of a mismicro. Those locusts turned around. Now actually didn't lose any there on that misclick, but he's making his way out of there. And no, he's going back. What's he doing? He needs to get out of there. He's still in range. Those siege tanks are going to pick off a couple of them. No, decides to fall back. The locust did manage to pop out of there. Swarm hosts on the move, and I think TLO got a little bit too greedy with the positioning move of those locusts. The range of locusts is actually quite insane, Keep those swarm hosts back very far away and just let the locusts do their job slowly but surely. And I think he got a little bit too greedy moving him right here because, right here to here is, that's almost siege tank range, and the siege tanks were already here to begin with, so a little bit of a play, a little bit of a bad play there by TLO, but, he's not giving up yet. He's repositioning over here on the bottom side of the map, trying to get underneath those siege tanks. Thor is in the AA mode, I think. Maybe not. Maybe he's in... I can't tell. I haven't really got Thors that much, but it looks like he's in the AA mode because he's shooting those Corruptors down. Corruptors working on those Vikings, taking those guys out. Broodlords are nowhere to be seen. Just roaches, swarm hosts, zerglings, roaches, Corruptors. Dayshi is on the defensive now. TLO had enough of having to deal with it. Dealing with the pressure, he's turning it around on, and that's allowing him to get a lot of macro going up. He's taking his 4th base here in the middle of the map, got some gas going. And these locusts these swarm hosts are so very annoying to deal with, especially his mech. If you have enough siege tanks, you can kind of just sit there and, just blow them up as they get there because you have so many siege tanks. It's kind of a hassle. It's annoying. It's like a constant pressure you always have to deal with. And, since TLO has turned the pressure around on him, we haven't seen Dayshi do any type of counterattacks. It's really hard to do counterattacks with mech. The really only options you have with counterattacks are either use Hellions and then just run them up to your opponent's base, kill a lot of drones. That's something we saw a lot of in Wings of Liberty. Or the other option is to use Hellbats and use medevac drops. And that's something we haven't yet seen from Dayshi, either of those options. And I think both of those are good options, considering TLO has got no defense here. No defense at his main. Natural, nothing, nothing, nothing. He's got no defense anywhere. The majority of his army is right here outside his base. There's a couple like Zerglings and reinforcements here, but Zerglings really aren't the unit you want to have dealing with Hellbat drops. So Dayshi now with a supply lead, 199 supply. He's got a lot of Vikings. He definitely can deal with those Broodlords, no problem. Let's check the unit count here. He actually has no Broodlords anymore. He's got 7 Corruptors, and these are a lot of overmade Vikings. Unfortunately for him, we have got Ultralists coming out here for TLO. And oh no, once again, the Swarm hosts are in a bad position. The Hellbats are kind of tanking all the shots there, which is exactly what you want to do with those Hellbats. It's kind of your mineral sink whenever you play mech. And these guys are on the run. Vikings going up there, picking off a couple Corruptors. Easily, Dayshi has the air advantage here. A couple more Locusts being picked off, but we've got a good transition here from TLO into this is what I'm talking about here. Look at that, 7 kills on just the one, and the rest of these guys are going to go down. Oh my gosh, yeah, a lot of kills coming out over here. Thor's coming in from behind. The Thors are wrecking all those siege tanks, but the Ultras are wrecking all those siege tanks, and the Thors were taking the damage, and there's the GG from TLO. Losing too much, it was just one drop here, one drop at a really saturated base. These Hellbats deal so much damage. What was that? Is that 8 kills on both of them? Yeah, 16 worker kills from just those 2 Hellbats from one drop. Super good. That also combined with the fact that TLO tried to go for a flank here with the Ultras on the left. Didn't happen. He kind of left his Swarm host down here. They kind of left out in the rain. If TLO could have kept his Swarm host alive and played a little bit more defense with him, and if he transitioned into Ultras, so he had the Swarm host plus the Ultras and had a better position for an engagement, it would have worked out better for TLO. But anyways, the win here goes for Dayshi. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you want to see more of my casts, you can go to youtube.com/IanChikino. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.